on this episode of What Did You Expect? We have this from, obviously, the greatest news outlet of all human history, the Mary Sue. Headline, That's Very Sexist. Scarlett Johansson is disappointed there's so few Black Widow toys. Well, Scarlett, I'm disappointed that your movie was a pile of shit. How was that possible? How was that possible? That Black Widow came out. Just think about this in the terms of Marvel timelines. Why would you make this movie after she died? It had no significant value to it whatsoever, except to make the character Yelena. Or am I pronouncing her name right? I don't even care. The chick from the Thunderbolts. No one's gonna... She is not the new Black Widow. She is not gonna be the Scarlett Johansson for the MCU going forward. The Thunderbolts is gonna be a massive flop, I'm predicting. It looks okay, don't get me wrong. It looks like an okay, passable movie, but it's not gonna be record-breaking numbers, and with the actors and actresses they have in it, that budget's gonna be high. That budget's probably going to be well over 200, I'm guessing. So they're going to have to make a lot of money back to make a profit here, and I don't see that happening. But back to Black Widow, the movie, what were they thinking? They made this product fully expecting it to fail. It came out during COVID, so it just went to a straight to Disney Plus premium release. That wasn't going to do anything. In fact, I remember... I don't know how true this is, though, but I remember a lot of news reports saying this, but so who could trust the news these days? They were saying that the Black Widow movie, the biggest straight-to-streaming movie out there, it was just record-breaking numbers the first few days. And you know why that was? Because every single person that wanted to see this saw this movie in the first few days that it came out. It wasn't like a theater release where it's out there for like 2 months or something like that, and it's just gaining money as it goes. No. This was just, like when a show releases all episodes day one, this is just a bulk number, and then it died off instantly because no one cared about it afterwards. The word was out that this was a dumb, terrible movie. They couldn't even do a single solitary thing right with this movie. And now Scarlett Johansson's confused that there's such a lack of toys out there. Who would buy the toys? Because realistically, it would be, okay, I saw the movie, I love the movie, therefore I'm going to go buy the toys, but no one saw it. So who's the market for this movie? Who's the market for all this merchandising? People that didn't see it? Unbelievable. Sadly, after Stan Lee passed, whole company went to hell. Whole company is dead in the water. They got nothing going on. They got nothing on the horizon. I think, what are their movies coming out? They got the Thunderbolts. That's going to flop. Captain America 4, that's going to massively flop. I keep reading more and more things coming out with the test audiences. They are not liking this movie. They are not liking this movie in any way, shape, or form. So reshoots, rewrites, it's going to be like $500 million his budget. Well past that, especially with marketing too. This is gonna have to be a $2 billion movie if they even want to sniff a profit. Man, okay, back to Black Widow. The character's done. I wonder if Scarlett Johansson, you know what, she's probably gonna show up in Doomsday or Secret Wars, because that's gonna be, man, that might be one of the biggest flops of all time. I'm saying that right now. It could either be the highest grossing movie of all time, or it could be one of the biggest financial flops of all time, because what they're going to do with that movie, everything I'm reading about it, it's going to be multiverse stuff. They're going to cram this with every single character. Everyone's going to make a cameo in it. So that budget is going to be astronomical. And Robert Downey Jr. coming back, that was a dumb move. That was just financially wise. He is not cheap. He is not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. He's getting his money for this. So, they're spending a bulk ton of money on a movie that right now your audience doesn't care. It's amazing how after Endgame, they went out of their way to do everything wrong, spent hundreds of millions of dollars on TV shows that no one liked, no one asked for. I think we're getting a Vision Quest show. I think after all these years, ever since WandaVision came out, now we're going to have a Vision Quest series, and we already got Agatha, and Agatha's tracking to be lower numbers than the Acolyte, if you could believe that. So then we're going to have a Vision TV show about him as White Vision trying to get back his memory. Who cares? What else do you have going on? Moon Knight season 2? No one cares about Moon Knight. No one cares about that. That ain't going anywhere. What else we got? Fantastic Four. I'm kind of curious about that one. Daredevil Born Again. I have a theory about Daredevil Born Again. I said this when the news broke out that they scrapped the show, they scrapped the episodes they were writing and redid them. Fans were like, oh, yeah, it's Marvel. They finally realized. They finally learned that, oh, we don't want this woke garbage. No. My theory is the show was good, but it didn't have enough of the diversity and inclusion in it. So they said, no, we can't possibly have this show out there. We're going to look like bigots. So they scrapped it, and then they redid it again to include all those things. There's no way we watched She-Hulk and said, yes, Marvel is going to do Charlie Cox's Daredevil, his new show on Disney+. They're going to do it correctly. There is no way. Are they making another Punisher show? I heard John Bernthal, however to pronounce his name, he was saying that fans are going to be very excited about the way the Punisher is being used now. I don't believe you, John. I'm sorry. You seem like a nice guy. I don't believe you. I don't believe a single person that's going to tell me that the product that they're being paid to be in, that they're being paid to promote, is actually good. I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. So we have those projects coming out, and then we have what? Spider-Man 4 down the horizon. Oh, I'm sorry. Before that, we have the Ironheart show. Man, that's gonna be bad. Where's that going? Nowhere at all. All these products right now they're making. Are we getting Eternals 2? Probably not. Are we gonna get Secret Invasion Part? I don't know. Anything more with that? Would Rhodey be in a Skrull? I don't know, and I don't think Marvel even knows at this point. So back to Black Widow. Sorry for going off on that tangent. That's when everything bad started. When they decided we're going to make a movie. If they would have made a Black Widow movie during the time of her being alive, probably before Infinity, it should have came out right after Civil War. It should have came out realistically after Civil War. Would have been a $1 billion movie. Easily $1 billion. We're talking about Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman being massive successes for the female audience. No. Black Widow would have crushed records. Absolutely crushed. And you know what? I'm saying it would have crushed it. It wouldn't have been the same movie. Because obviously the people that wrote Black Widow do not care about Marvel. And if it was written before Stan Lee died and produced and brought out back then, right after Civil War, would have been a record-breaking movie. It would have been awesome in every possible way. I heard this is a rumor that Iron Man was supposed to show up in the Black Widow movie, but they didn't want to do it because they didn't want to have a man save the day. Can you imagine a studio being that dumb and saying, yes, we're not going to have Iron Man cameo, which would have been kind of cool. Especially, he would have probably showed up at the end of the movie, too. With the helicarrier blowing up and everything like that. He probably would have came in there and saved the day. That would have been fun to see. But no. Disney, I was going to say Disney Star Wars. Disney Marvel's got this, man. Disney Star Wars, too. They know exactly what to do. They know exactly what the fans want. And Disney Marvel knows what the fans want even more. And sadly, after Stan Lee died, this whole company died, too. They got nothing going on. No direction whatsoever. So, Scarlett, man, you shocked here? You're shocked that no one bought the Black Widow merchandise and action figures and stuff like that? Is Florence Pugh going to be confused too when no one's buying Yelena stuff as well after the Thunderbolts flop? No. We don't care. And sadly, they're going to know that very, very, very soon. But in the end, what do you guys think about that?
Yasuke the samurai under the Japanese sky. From Africa he came with a spirit that won't die. In the service of Nobunaga, He stood tall and brave, Yasuke the samurai, a legacy engraved.